drug promotional literature. So what is a drug promotional literature? Well, so this is a literature, not all and every step. This is a literature. Either informational or persuasive activity undertaken by pharmaceutical company or distributor, the effect of which is to induce the prescription, sales and consumption of medicinal product. Does this promotional activity either the manufacturer or the distributor? What is the aim? To generate prescription, to increase sales and increase consumption of medicine. That is drug promotional literature. These are not every activity, this is specifically literature. So strategy. What are the strategies employed by pharmaceutical company to generate sales? Visit by medical representative. So these drug promotional literatures are distributed by the medical representatives. Almost all doctors are visited by the medical representative with their monologue or their booklets, whatever it may be. Advertise the drug. Now, drug is a product that cannot be advertised, barring few examples, to the consumer itself. There are some certain examples like Saridon or some painkiller or some antacids, over-the-counter drugs that are being advertised directly to the consumer. Mostly it is drugs are consumed based on prescription of the practitioner. So in order to generate sales, whatever product that is advertised to the doctor or to the practitioner. Now here there is another module which describes the interaction. So there is another module to how to handle medical representative. So medical representatives are employed by pharmaceutical company. They are given target for sales. So they are given targets for sales. So this many prescription has to be generated, this many tablets has to be sold, or this many syrup has to be sold. So they will be always inflating their product, whatever they do. So it is the job of the doctor to extract the correct information from the medical representative for the benefit of the consumer, that means the patient. Alright. Drug promotional literature. So what should be present in the drug promotional literature? Wherever the question এসেছিল তাই তো, মোটামুটি সবাই ঠিকঠাকই লিখেছে, খুব খারাপ লেখেনি, was good. What are the essential information in the drug promotional literature? Free samples. Free samples are for doctor and their family member. ঠিক আছে? Then supply of educational material, scholarly literature, journal, books, articles. So these are for the to update the doctor regarding the new guidelines or new research work that are taking place. So what is primary, secondary and tertiary source of information? Well, primary, secondary and tertiary source of information, medical information. So যাই জিজ্ঞাসা করি কি যে করি ভগবান বল, সেটা কি? হ্যাঁ, জার্নাল টারশিয়ারি, না হলো না। CME, continuous medical education, ঠিক আছে, and other medical event, basically the seminars that are organized. Advertisement in medical journals, so different journals, to open different journals, there are different paid literature written in it. Alright, sponsored literature, can find them there. And unethical practices, there are plenty of unethical practices. Essential information in drug promotional literature. So first, name of each active ingredient. There should be the non-proprietary name and the brand name, of course, because it is being promoted by some pharmaceutical company, so that there will be brand name. ঠিক আছে, dosage form, concentration, amount per unit. What do you mean by dosage form? Huh? না, dosage form অদ্রিজা বলবে বল। It's a tablet, whether it's a capsule, whether it's a syrup, ঠিক আছে, concentration, amount per unit, 500 mg per tablet or 5% syrup, whatever that may be, ঠিক আছে। Excipient, what is excipient? Non-essential কি করে বলবো? What is excipient? Other ingredients, যেমন cellulose আর gelatin, ঠিক আছে। So these are other ingredients. There may be binding agent, dissoluting agent, maybe some preservative, maybe some coloring agent, maybe some flavoring agent. All these are excipients, non-reactive part of the medicine, but they may play some important role. All right, maybe sustained release tablet, which releases the active medicinal ingredient over a large period of time. All right, there may be some excipient which may cause some reaction in the body, so excipient must be mentioned, ঠিক আছে। Approved indication, what do you mean by indication? বল, তুই বল। সূর্যকান্ত নাকি কি না নামটা, আদিত্য, বল, what do you mean by indication? What is indication? Question comes, write down the indication of this drug. আছে তো, বল। ঠিক আছে, the condition in which the drug has to be applied, ঠিক আছে। Who approves indication? কে অ্যাপ্রুভালটা দিচ্ছে, কে অ্যাপ্রুভড ইন্ডিকেশন তো CDSCO, ঠিক আছে। CDSCO বেসিক্যালি লাইসেন্সিং বডি, ঠিক আছে, ফর ইয়োর লেভেল ইট ইজ ওকে, ঠিক আছে। ICMR প্রথমে এক্সপেরিমেন্ট carry out the experiment, then CDSCO approves the drug. Okay, CDSCO. Well, CDSCO full form কি? একটু পড়ছেন আমি এটা। আচ্ছা, drug regime. By regime I mean route, dose per day, number of day, timing of dose, relationship with meal. আচ্ছা, এবারে পরীক্ষায় কোশ্চেন ছিল, রাইট ডাউন দ্য ম্যানেজমেন্ট অফ স্ট্যাটাস এপিলেপটিকাস, ছিল তো, খুব বাজেভাবে লিখেছিল। সো whenever you are writing the management of anything, be status epilepticus, be status asthmaticus, first write the general management, the ABCD, airway, protection, circulation, breathing, that first part you write it out, then there comes the specific drug. By drug I mean the name of the drug, dosage form, amount given, repetition of dosage, that should be written. লিখে দিয়েছে lorazepam, one word, lorazepam. That doesn't make any sense. If you have to write it out properly. এরকম করে একটা lorazepam লিখে কোনো নম্বর পাওয়া যাবে না. What are you going to do if lorazepam fail? What is the dose of lorazepam? The route of administration of lorazepam, that has to be there. ঠিক আছে, লিখেছিস, মাথা তো নাড়ছিস, খাতায় কিছু পাইনি, খুব জঘন্যভাবে লেখা ছিল। If there is such management being given, write it out properly. আর একটাও ছিল, AMI এর বোধহয় ম্যানেজমেন্ট ছিল, কিছু লেখেই নি। মায়োকার্ডিয়াল ইনফ্রাকশনের ম্যানেজমেন্ট ছিল তো 1 নম্বর কোশ্চেনে, কিছু লেখেই নি কেউ কিছু। হ্যাঁ, কি আউট অফ সিলেবাস, ফালতু কথা। ঠিক আছে, ইউ আর ট্রেনিং টু বি এ ডক্টর, ঠিক আছে, তোদের কাছে হার্ট অ্যাটাকের পেশেন্ট আসলে কি বলবি? সিলেবাসে ছিল না। তোর কাছে আসবে পেশেন্ট, আসবে, ডাক্তার কিছু জানে না, বলছে যাই বলে আউট অফ সিলেবাস। আউট অফ সিলেবাস বলে এখানে কিছু হয় না। ইউ আর ট্রেনিং টু বি আ ডক্টর, ঠিক আছে। হোয়াট এভার ইজ নিডেড টু ট্রেন দ্য ফর দ্য ওয়েলবিং অফ পেশেন্ট, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য সিলেবাস। সিলেবাসে ছিল না, ঠিক আছে। সো you need to write down what are the ingredients given, what are the medicine that is being given, what is the dose, route of administration that has to be given. কেউ কিচ্ছু লেখেনি, খুবই খারাপ ভাবে লেখা ছিল, ঠিক আছে। Use in special population. What do you mean by special population? Pregnancy. What is so special about pregnancy? Teratogenic effect, ঠিক আছে। Lactation. So certain drug like lithium makes its way into the mother's milk and they may enter the body of the baby. Then pediatric age. Of course, pediatric age group is very special. So whether it is indicated in pediatric age, that has to be known. Then renal failure. Why renal failure is important? Huh? বুঝতে পারছি না। Excision, ঠিক আছে। There may be nephrotoxic drug. Names of nephrotoxic drug. বল অঞ্জলি বল, names of nephrotoxic drug. Metabolism of drug. All right. There may be some hepatotoxic drug. ঠিক আছে। Potential ADR and their frequency. So what do you mean by potential ADR? So there are 4 phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. ঠিক আছে। In these 3 phases, we can detect some ADR. What do you mean by with the percentage? With the frequency? Frequency means how many percentage of the population is showing such adverse drug reaction. ঠিক আছে। In that way, you can make sense that how many patients will report adverse drug reaction and what are their remedy. For example, for anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis in case of penicillin or penicillin related drug. All right. What is the management? Adrenaline. ঠিক আছে। So if a patient has never been given penicillin, so before you give penicillin, one he has told that we will do skin test. If nothing is found out, we administer penicillin, we must be ready that if some adverse reaction take place, we are going to administer adrenaline. ঠিক আছে। Interaction with other drug, food, alcohol. তাহলে বল কিছু drug interaction বল। আচ্ছা কি কোয়েশ্চেন ছিল ক্যালসিয়াম চ্যানেল ব্লকার আর বিটা ব্লকার তাই তো calcium channel blocker are never used with beta blocker should not be used with beta blocker bol drug food interaction one example iron tablet আর সব ফুড হ্যাঁ tetracycline and milk tetracycline and milk or tetracycline and calcium ঠিক আছে drug alcohol হ্যাঁ disulfiram reaction cheese reaction drug food reaction কার সাথে কার হয় ওই অ্যান্টিডিপ্রেসেন্ট বি স্পেসিফিক ও চিজ রিঅ্যাকশন বলেছে এই চিজ রিঅ্যাকশন কোথায় হয় হ্যাঁ মাও ইনহিবিটর ঠিক আছে মাও ইনহিবিটর উইথ tyramine that causes cheese reaction. Special precaution and contraindication. So you must know the contraindication of drug. So legal category OCT or prescription drug. What do you mean by OCT? Over the counter. ঠিক আছে cost. Why is cost important? So we must diagnose we must see the socio-economic status of the patient and give drug accordingly, whether the person can afford it or not. ঠিক আছে reference to scientific literature. So this is the most important part. So what do you mean by reference to scientific literature? So the whatever the journal is, whatever the literature is claiming, that must be supported articles in some reputed journals. ঠিক আছে there must be ওটা ও যেটা বলছে efficacy safety. So this is suppose drug promotional literature claims that this drug is 93% efficacious. So there must be some study showing that their drug is efficacious. What is the best method of study? What is the best method of study? Have you heard randomized control trial? Additional, there may be graphical representation. There are graphical representations, some bar diagram or some pie chart showing that this many patients are being treated with this drug that is showing this much efficacy or this much complications. Alright, and the last one, name, address and license of manufacturer. So the drug promotional literature must not come from anyone and everyone. Must be from some company or some entity which have license of drug production and drug distribution. ঠিক আছে so how will you interact with a medical representative? Well, what are the steps? এগুলো এইসব কোশ্চেন আগে আসতো না আগের বার বোধহয় এসেছিল আগের বার কি এসেছিল পেশেন্টের সাথে এমপ্যাথি নিয়ে বোধহয় কোশ্চেন এসেছিল how would you interact empathically with patient এরকম একটা কিছু এসেছিল বল দীপজিতা বল হ্যাঁ interact with medical representative আরে পরীক্ষায় আসলে লিখতে হবে রে বাবা so the interaction must be professional. Alright, no flatteries, no loose talk, ঠিক আছে and based on scientific studies. ঠিক আছে পয়েন্ট গুলো কি কি এখানে তো পয়েন্ট দেওয়া আছে আছে তো so পয়েন্টস গুলো তো দেওয়া আছে so what are the indications ঠিক আছে what is the safety of the drug, safety profile of the drug, what is the efficacy of the drug, how much is cost per unit, dosing form, dosing amount, dose per day, alright, relationship with meal, relationship with food. These are the points that you have to talk about in your interaction with medical representative. তাই তো? অদ্বিতীয় এখনো কনফিউজ? হ্যাঁ, বল কি লিখবি? হ্যাঁ, তো কোয়েশ্চেন এসছে, হাউ উইল ইউ ইন্টারাক্ট উইথ আ মেডিকেল রিপ্রেজেন্টেটিভ? বল কি লিখবি? বললাম তো এইমাত্র। Firstly, general mannerism, whatever, must be professional, no flatteries, no loose talks. তারপরে এই পয়েন্টগুলো ধরে ধরে বলবি। What is the efficacy based on some scientific literature? What is the safety? What are the cost? What must be given per day? Which route? All right. Huh? Mechanism of action is not required. ঠিক আছে? Which route that must be applied? ঠিক আছে? Suppose there is a sustained release preparation. So the medical representative will say that you can give it once daily and it will be convenient for the patient. Alright. Suppose a drug is given thrice daily and one is given sustained release preparation is made, that is given once daily. So that is more convenient for the patient. ঠিক আছে? So how much is the adverse effect? What are the adverse effects? What is to be done in special population like children, pregnant lady? Alright, that these information must be extracted from the medical representative. ঠিক আছে? What is the approved indication of the drug? And what are the trial result, I mean the study result? So if this drug has been recently been updated in any of the study, in any approval, that you have to mention. ঠিক আছে? No financial or material incentives. So there are usually some certain things like pens or pads that are being given. So these are not considered unethical. Or some books or some journals, these are usually presented to the doctor for the betterment of their knowledge. Or there may be some CMEs, that is continuous medical education, organized by the pharmaceutical companies. So that is okay. That is considered okay in the sense that your knowledge is being enhanced. Promotion of legally licensed drug. So if a drug is not licensed in a country, that cannot be promoted in a country. ঠিক আছে? Not that some unlicensed drug that has been used in America can be used out here. First it has to be licensed. Then all claims to be scientifically proven by কে proof কোথায় proof করবে? There must be some studies showing scientific proof. ঠিক আছে? Supported by scientific evidence. Should not conceal information. How the information is concealed? Suppose the drug is having some adverse effect and that is being concealed from the doctor. They are giving the drug that is producing the adverse effect. So that should not be concealed. Whatever there is should be presented to the doctor as it is. ঠিক আছে? Wording and illustration as per scientific information. So there may be some illustration which are not at par with ethics. Some medicine showing that person is having some medicine and he is becoming Superman. Okay, that is not ethical. Stereotyping of patient, that is not ethical. Scientific claim should be available to health worker and public. ঠিক আছে? Not some unknown journals is publishing the scientific claim. That must be available in textbooks, in commonly available journals. Alright, in guidelines, the different guidelines that they, different organizations like WHO, NICE guidelines, they must be available in such commonly known articles, so that doctor may be familiar with it. Doctor and health worker should be familiar with it. MR should adequately train and should have adequate knowledge. ঠিক আছে? So MR is presenting to you certain product. So he himself must be well versed with the drugs. If he is not well versed, what he is going to take, what he is going to represent to you? কি আছে আজকে সকাল থেকে শুধু ঝিমোচ্ছিস? Identity of the product, safety and efficacy data, ঠিক আছে, কস্ট বেনিফিট অ্যানালিসিস। কস্ট বেনিফিট অ্যানালিসিস শর্ট নোট এসেছিল তো আগের বার, এবার না আগের বার এসেছিল তো কস্ট বেনিফিট অ্যানালিসিস, না ফার্মাকো ইকোনমিক্স এসেছিল, তার একটা পার্ট হচ্ছে কস্ট বেনিফিট অ্যানালিসিস। ঠিক আছে? that if you are giving certain drug with certain cost, what are the outcome of the drug? ঘুমিয়েই পড়লো। ঠিক আছে? Appropriate study design to measure outcome. So what is the gold standard study design? Randomized control trials. ঠিক আছে? What do you mean by randomized control trial? ঠিক আছে, randomized control trial, double blind or triple blind, even better. ঠিক আছে? randomized control trial. Statistical analysis in promotional literature. So there are three types of lies. First is a lie, then there is a damn lie, and then come statistics. Using statistics, you can distort data as and what you like to do with it. ঠিক আছে? So best way to check the statistic is to get the raw data from the study. Raw data means the raw data that has to be collected and that needs to be verified by if you can verify it very well, by some known statistician. Alright, statistics can be very dicey. You can simply bend data as per your liking using statistics. ঠিক আছে? So proper scientific data, proper scientific analysis and raw data. Graphs in promotional literature. So graphs must be proportional. So you are giving a bar diagram. Just you want to show that my medicine is extremely good, increase your bar height as per your liking, so that your competitive medicine becomes cease to be less effective. Alright, so proper scientific graph that can be easily deciphered. So during our class on charts and graph, we have studied that graphs are the pictographic representation of some data. Alright, so that must be easily deciphered. Erroneous diagram, improper leveling, improper units. কি এত লিখছিস মনে আছে মনে থাকে তোর must quote from some scientific journal from where it is coming. Alright, this claim of safety and efficacy is coming from this study published in this journal in so and so date in so and so edition, or it is being published in these guidelines. Suppose American Heart Association guidelines from American Heart Association guideline, NICE guidelines. These are reputed guidelines. Alright, so there must be proper reference, not just anything and everything. Some doctors have told something that is to be avoided. Some proper guidelines or some proper journal, there must be referencing. ঠিক আছে, easily accessible reference, so must be available to the health worker. Index journal, peer reviewed journal. What do you mean by peer reviewed publication? What do you mean by peer? Friends. Alright, so peer reviewed journal is a journal that is reviewed by well reputed medical fraternity. So you are a physician, your journal will be reviewed by well reputed physician. ঠিক আছে, Mojis, conflict of interest. What do you mean by conflict of interest? Usually যে ব্র্যান্ড করতে সেই তো করবে. If you are selling some medicine, your rival company will not come up with any drug promotional literature. ঠিক আছে, so the conflict of interest remains in the studies. Suppose the randomized control trial is being sponsored by a company, so there will be conflict of interest. If there is conflict of interest, it doesn't mean that the study is bad or the study is not well performed. Study may be good, study may be very well performed, but you have to declare it that this study is being sponsored by my company. So that must be, declaration must be there that this study is being sponsored by my company or this entity. That is conflict of interest and sponsorship. Illustration. So proper illustration, no stereotyping, ঠিক আছে, no improper photos, ঠিক আছে, no unethical imaging. Of course there will be iconography, there will be symbol, there will be image. Suppose Pfizer is promoting some drug, so the company logo will be present on the drug promotional, or any company, Ranvaxi or Sun Pharma, so the iconography will be there. That is okay. In fact, that is desired, that this company is promoting the drug, that is desired. So MR, how the MR should be? Proper knowledge, proper delivery of message, and of course they have to fulfill their quotas, they have to fulfill their targets, so there will be aggressive. So such aggressive MRs must be tackled by the doctors. কি করে করবে বল অমৃতা, ঠিক আছে, even if you don't study, just go through the book, ঠিক আছে, in case that question comes, be prepared to write it out. আগে এরকম কোশ্চেন আসতো না, ইদানিং আসছে, so be prepared to write it out. To avoid flattery. What do you mean by flattery? বল পাটারি, ঠিক আছে, তেল দেওয়া বাংলায়, ঠিক আছে, আপনি কি ভালো, how good a doctor you are, all patients are being treated very well, Yeah, that is flattery. Inducement. Inducement means huh? So any financial or some physical or financial gain. A trip, sponsoring of a trip, or some cash inducement, some financial gain. Unverifiable claim. What do you mean by unverifiable claim? That is not being supported by any studies or any document.